Alright, this is kind of a tactic, maybe field gear, and it's identification of your people in the field. First, obviously, like any military, try to have a standardized uniform, but the people that join a resistance unit during the war, they're not going to have those uniforms, and that resistance unit, maybe they don't have a stockpile of the same camouflage pattern, same type of gear that they can hand out to new people. Hence why you had the Michigan Militia come up with the 510 program. You don't know what it is, go over to Liberty Tree Radio's channel, and there should be a video on there called 510 program. But other than that, you need a way to identify your people. You're going to have some of your people that are going to be wearing pieces of enemy equipment, pieces of enemy uniforms. Well, the next easiest is shoulder patches. I see a lot of people in the militia that like to wear the morale patches of whatever type, the don't fuck with me, don't tread on me's, you know, whatever variation. Personally, I think we should standardize on something kind of along the lines of a Gadsden flag subdued. You can purchase these online. They didn't cost much. I have a pile of them that I try to keep in my stuff so that I can pass them out to someone who would be new. It's like, here, put this on. Welcome to the unit. And then that goes on the left shoulder. Your right shoulder in U.S. military, that's where your flag went. So it could be American flag subdued, it could be a Betsy Ross flagged, or some other variation, you know, potentially even a state flag, whatever you come up with for your unit. You know, they don't weigh much. Have a few of them sitting in your rucksack, especially if you're a leader, that you can pass out to someone new to help identify, hey, they're with us. Another good example on that type of thing, think of Terminator Salvation. Remember the red mark or red armband? And I'm literally about to talk about that next. Red armband that the resistance fighters had, which symbolized blood. It was also a symbol of the resistance. So they seen someone with that, they knew they were a member of the resistance. And then obviously armbands like we've been seeing in Ukraine, people have asked me about, well, is that really practical? Obviously, it's to identify your people more easily in that, you know, chaos of battle. Everyone's close in and stuff, fighting each other. You're using potentially similar camouflage. You have exact same type of equipment. You got to know who the hell everybody is. I have read even in Vietnam that the ARVN, Army of the Republic of Vietnam, they used to wear armbands when they went to the field, and they would wear a different color every time they went to the field, and they would not put it on till they were inside the jungle so that the scouts, the lookouts that are watching the bases, seeing them load up, couldn't see what the color was supposed to be for that mission or for that day. And because it was a common tactic, I guess, that the Viet Cong, they would wear the same uniforms as the South Vietnamese, try to get into the formations, you know, fuck some shit up, kill some people, steal some shit. Well, the standard order was, we're in the field. If a person doesn't have that colored armband for that mission, whether it is the yellow, the blue, you know, the red, the white, whatever it is, you know, you shoot the son of a bitch. Or you see someone wearing the wrong color of armband in the unit when you're out in the field. Shoot the son of a bitch. Unless you actually know that, hey, that's actually, you know, Private such and such over in 2nd Squad. You then maybe just go up to them, slap them upside the head and tell them, hey, dumbass, where's your armband? And then you fix the problem. So, for recommendations on armbands, I know the white and the yellow like we see in Ukraine, yes, it's very visible, very easy to tell. But you can also see it from farther away. You can be blended in with your camouflage to the background, but you're going to have this little flag there that, you know, someone with a pair of binoculars with a scope, you know, they're scanning. They may not see you. You're blended in good for camouflage, but they'll see the little flag there. It's like, oh shit, enemy's right there. I need to take them out. So maybe think of something that's a little bit harder to see. Think of those blues, grays, something like that. And then maybe do like the Arvin did in Vietnam, change the color. Like once a week or that mission, whatever it is, you swap it out. Maybe if you're going to do an assault on an enemy base, you're going in, you know, you're part of the assault element. You're not the sappers trying to open up the wire. You don't want too much stuff hanging on you. You know, have, especially if you're at night, that maybe that's a time to have the brighter, easier identifiable colors. You know, your yellows, your whites, your neon oranges, neon greens, that type of thing. Something that you'd be able to easier identify during the middle of the night, but it all depends on how much of the fabric you have with you and how many armbands that you need. But I just did a video on dynamic ambush techniques. I pointed out that, hey, if you're sending people into the kill zone before it's been secured, you want your people easily identifiable. That's where an armband would definitely come into play. You're not going to see the shoulder patches necessarily. Something to think about. You want something that your people can recognize quickly and easily. And you know what? That's actually mentioned in the international laws of war. One of those little things that separates a criminal, a bandit, from a recognized partisan or guerrilla fighter. You're supposed to have some type of easily identifiable patch, armband, something that's easy to identify that, hey, you're a fighter, you're not a bandit. There you go. Things to talk about, things to think about. Oh, I will mention on the flag thing here, for those that are not aware of it. This goes on, like I said, the right shoulder, and the blue field, if you remember, is always the closest to the flagpole. So in the U.S. military, you always had it where the blue was towards the front to make it look like you're moving forward and the wind is pushing the flag towards the back. There you go, just an added tidbit just so you're aware of it. When it's reversed on the other side, I was always told that that meant, you know, you were essentially on guard duty or sentry duty, because occasionally you did see that. Someone would get the wrong flags for the unit. It's happened. I've seen it. Everyone else is wearing the correct flag, and you got some people that are wearing it the wrong way, and well, they got to, you know, justify it to their people. So now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and militia movements, always remember, essay ons.